Hello everyone, my name is John. Today I'm going to talk about the differences between the Chinese film 12 Citizens and the 1955 film 12 Angry Men and compare and contrast them. Next, I will talk and explain from the 3 points respectively. Like the first, it's the influence of the cultural background on the film adaptation. Second, discuss of the social and the legal issue, comparison between the United States and China. And the third is the film visual language and the stage playing expression. Moreover, I would like to introduce my special guest, my father, Romeo Law, to discuss with me in the following interview. Before I begin, let me briefly describe the 3 points. The cultural background of 12 Citizens significantly shaped its adaptation of the 12 Angry Men, reflecting the Chinese societal, legal, and cultural nuances. Set in the monk jury trial, it highlights the absence of jury systems in China while exploring the Confucian values like hierarchy and collectivism. Themes such as the urban-rural divided, class tensions, and filial piety are central, addressing bases against the rural migrants and the importance of the family. The film critiques social inequality, modernization, and evolving moral values in China, transforming the story into a culturally resonant exploration of justice and prejudice in the Chinese context. Secondly, 12 Angry Men and 12 Citizens highlight the social and the legal differences between the United States and China. In the United States, the jury system emphasizes the individual responsibility, as seen in 12 Angry Men. Instead, 12 Citizens reflect China's inquisitorial legal system, in which judges, not juries, make decisions on a social level. 12 Angry Men explore individualism, while 12 Citizens explore the collective value and reflect social inequality in China. Both films use the legal system as an issue to critique wider society. Thirdly, the visual language of 12 Citizens mirrors its stage playing roots with the confined, single room setting that emphasize the tension and the character dynamics. Through strategies, camera angle, close-ups, and lighting, the film combines emotional intensity and social hierarchies, while retaining the theoretical elements like dialogue-driven storyline. It integrates the cinematic technique, such as dynamic framing and the pacing, to emphasize the visual engagement. These truths highlight the cultural and the social nuances specific to the Chinese adaptation, blending stage playing explosion with modern filmmaking. When arguments escalate and opinions are divided, are there people willing to stop and really examine each other's positions? Clear not only the essence of water, but also the attitude of searching for the truth. I changed my mind. Every drop of clarity comes from faith, truth speaking with the purity. John Mineral Water. Alright, Mr. Romeo, can you tell about what you know about these two movies?
First of all, I think 12 Angry Men is deeply rooted in American legal system, where the jury system is cornerstone of democracy. The jurors represent a civic responsibility and their task is decide a case involving a defendant of marginalized ethnicity. 12 Citizen transforms the story to China, a country without a jury system. I think the setting is a moot court exercise at a law school, and the participants are volunteers from various socio-economic backgrounds, reflecting China's class and regional divides.
Absolutely. 12 Citizens is a film adaptation of the classic American play 12 Angry Men by the Chinese director Fu Dalong. Although there are significant differences between the two in the cultural background and the social environment. They are closely related in the core structure and the theme. Let's talk about the different legal systems in the United States and China that are presented in these two films. First of all, we need to know the meaning of the jurisprudence and reason, which refers to the principles, rules, and provision of law, which are formulated by the legislature and exist for the management of society and the maintenance of order. Jurisprudence is an objective, universally applicable standard that aims to ensure justice, equality, and the rule of law. In the movie 12 Citizens, jury members are asked to judge the defendant's guilt or innocence according to the law. Legal norms require them to make the decisions based on evidence and the legal provision, while common sense leads them to consider the defendant's background, motives, and possible defense. Jury members may face the challenge of the balance the requirements of the law with the conflict of the sympathy, suspicions, or normal judgment of the accused.
Furthermore, the first conflict that jury members face is balance between evidence of the defendant's guilt and reasonable doubt. Jurisprudence requires them to make decisions based on the evidence presented, while the common sense prompts them to consider the defendant's background, motives, and possible defense. Some jury members are more inclined to make decisions based on intuitions and personal bias, while others are more focused on the analysis and questioning of evidence. The personal bias and experience of jury members also become a source of conflict between law and reason. Some members may have bias about the accused's race, social status, or other factors that may interfere with their objective judgment of the case. Their reasonableness may cause them to refuse to believe the defendant's defense and be more inclined to support the conviction.
Remember the discussion between the 12 city people in the 12 citizens. They use the communication to break down prejudice and find the truth in life. Mobile phone is one of the most important parts. Whether you are pouring your heart out of the family or sharing your feeling with friends, mobile phone make conversation accessible. As the movie tells us, communication changes everything. John's phone makes all connections stronger. Mr. Romeo, can you comment briefly on how you feel about these two films?
First of all, I realized the importance and the dignity of the law, which need be participation, which needs the participation and the maintenance of each of us. We cannot be indifferent to the law, nor can we act arbitrarily with the law. We must respect the law, abide by the law, and let's say uphold the law. Secondly, I have realized the complexity and the diversity of the human nature, which has both kind and rational side and selfish and a paranoid side, a common and individual side, and a stable and changeable nature. We cannot use a fixed vision to look at people, nor we can use a simple standard to evaluate people. We should respect people's differences, understand people's motives, tolerate people's shortcomings, and guide people to change.
Let us see that law is not only a rule, but also a debate about fairness and justice. And to understand the depth of the law, everyone needs to learn how to think. This book, Know the Law, will take you into the world of law and teach you to examine every point of the dispute with the reason, the evidence, and the logic. Like the jury in 12 Citizens, become a person who knows the law and thinks critically. Let the law be more than rules. Let you have the power of the thought. And the last question is, what do you think the role of the jury is?
The jury and judge each play different roles in the trial. Judges are professional legal personnel who are responsible for presiding over judge the trial activities and making legal judgments on cases. The jury, on the other hand, is composed of the people who participate in the trial on behalf of the people, make independent judgments on the facts and, let's say, legal issues of the case, and jointly reach a verdict with the judge. This system design is conducive to the realization of judicial justice and democratic supervision.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Romeo, and thank everybody for listening.